Well, greetings one and all, and welcome back to another video here with your host Andrew. Today you joined me out quite early this morning for a review on the Esterbrook Estie Goldrush green fountain pen. Okay, so this pen is being very kindly loaned to me from Colt Pens, and that will be returned ever so soon. But if you would like to get yourself one of these Esterbrook's or any other pen from Colt Pens, you can get some discount off. So if you'd like to get some discount and you would like to use my promo code, which is PenFriendsUK10, you can get yourself 10% off at checkout. And that is indefinite. So as long as Colt Pens is helping me, I have got access to this promo code and you can use it over and over and over again. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. Now, quick community question for the day, and if you wouldn't mind putting it in the comment section down below. If you had a chance to develop an Esterbrook pen, what would you do? What filling mechanism would you use? Would it be a vintage leather filler, or would you use maybe something more modern like a bulk filler, say like from Conid? What would you use? And also, what sort of materials would you incorporate? Would it be perhaps acrylic? Would it be wood? Would it be ebonite? Would it be urushi? What would you do to actually bling up an Esterbrook? I'd be really interested to know. And again, please do consider leaving a comment in the section below. Anyway, let's crack on with the video and I shall see you in a sec. Okay, so about 2 years ago, Esterbrook started collaborating with a gentleman by the name of Tim Mackenzie of Mackenzie Penworks to create a series of pens in a material commonly known as diamond cast. Now, diamond cast is a material which is essentially an upscaled or upcycled, I should say, version of a resin which incorporates diamond dust. Yep, you heard that right, diamond dust. So if you buy one of these pens, you're getting real diamonds in your pen, which sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? Obviously, though, you know, the moment you start cutting into a diamond, they sort of lose their sort of value, and the dust, rather than throwing it away, it's incorporated into the pen blanks, which I think is an absolutely fantastic idea. And I'd love to see Tim Mackenzie actually do some other materials as well, if he hasn't done so already, incorporating maybe some like gold leaf in there, some silver foil, just to add a little bit of variety to his arsenal of pen blanks. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. And actually, had there been some gold leaf incorporated in this pen, yes, of course, it would have increased the price, but oh boy, that would have been really, really nice, wouldn't it? Real gold in your pen. Oof, one can only imagine. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to go over to the table, we're going to get this pen unboxed, then I'll give you an overview, a writing sample, size comparison, and then my final thoughts and feelings. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We've got the Esterbrook Goldrush, the right pen for the way you write. Beautiful. I love the outer packaging with this because it does give you like a little bit of an impression of what you're going to get on the inside. On the side you have the barcode and a continuation of the wrapping of the actual design going all around the box itself. Okay, so we're going to unbox this, and here we go. Underneath we've got Esterbrook, established in 1858, and then we have a pull drawer, which is fairly new. Normally you would have a flap which would open up your pen, and here we go, we've got Esterbrook, established 1858, reborn 2018. So they've not been going for too long, only for about 4 years or so, or coming up to 4 years, 3 years, if I'm being technically correct, if I can do maths. And then on the inside we've got some washi tape, the pen, an included ink cartridge which I won't take out, and then underneath there isn't actually anything, but I will try and take the box off if I can. Gosh, I'm making a pig's ear of this. There we go, getting there, and there we go. Wonderful. So nothing on the inside, but we do get some quite nice logos on there of the infinity symbol, and we have the pen itself, which is quite beautiful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back over to my face, and then I'm going to give you an overview on the pen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. We've got the Esterbrook Estie Goldrush fountain pen. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you the dimensions for this pen. Fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at the practicality of the pen. It clips into a shirt pocket with great ease. Wonderful. And the pen does post, and it posts very deeply, very securely, and it doesn't change the balance of the pen. I might want to hold it back a little bit further, but not so much that is going to really impede on my writing abilities. Okay, so having a cigar-shaped pen, like so, we do get some nice tapered ends on both sides, very torpedo-like in shape, very nice. We also get quite a nice little step down in the middle as well. It's not over the top. I don't like it when pens are, you know, too step downy, if that's such a word. I don't like really thick caps, is essentially what I'm saying in comparison to the barrel. We get the Esterbrook logo underneath with a very contemporary looking clip. Underneath the barrel, we have got a nice straight section. It makes it quite comfortable to hold. And then we've got a stainless steel nib, which comes in a variety of different sizes. Again, you can refer back to my dimensions to see all those sizes. Plastic feed, and we also get underneath the barrel a cartridge converter, all included for your £295, and jolly well should do as well. Okay, let's put all that back together. I'll give you a final look over the pen. There we go. Oh, and it's also worth mentioning we do get a spring-loaded cap in here, which was also going to keep your nib dry. Should have put that in before, but there we go. Very nice. So let's go over to do a writing sample, give you a size comparison, and then I'll tell you what I like, dislike, and my final thoughts on the pen after. So I'm going to be using some Colourverse ink today. I haven't basically used this brand prior, and I know a lot of people rant and rave about how awesome their inks are. So when I was talking to Cult Pens, they said, would you like to try any inks? I said, yeah, I'd love to try some Colourverse. And I suggested an ink, and they very kindly sent me 3 little mini boxes of Colourverse ink. Very cute, and we've got some Life on Mars today. I love the little illustrations on these pens, and actually I've got a bottle which is already open. So let's just take that one out. We get these really cute miniature bottles. Very nice indeed. But very impractical at the same time if you're trying to fill up from a nib, which is actually impossible. So that's why they give you one of these little squeezy things. If you are going to fill up your pen and you have got one of these miniature bottles, I would certainly recommend using a blunt syringe over one of those squeezy bottles any day of the week. Okay, so let's crack on with the writing sample. So here we go. We have got the Esterbrook Goldrush. I have to say, I really love this nib. It's so smooth, and it's a joy to use. Absolute joy to use. And then we've got a Yovo nib from Yovo. So this one is a medium, and it's steel. Superb. Right, so let's move that up. The ink we're using today is Colourverse. To make sure that's all in focus. And it's Life on Mars. As you can see, when I go a little bit quicker, it still keeps up absolutely fantastically. Okay, let's write out the Quick Brown Fox next. And then we'll go into some regular print handwriting. Quick Brown Fox jumps. I do love this medium nib. It is really nice. It does provide ever so slightly a bit of feedback. It lets you know that your pen is on the page without being too feedbacky, which is just absolutely pleasant. Okay, so let's see if we've got any flow problems. So I'm just going to let the pen just go over the actual page with no pressure, and as you can see, not a problem whatsoever. In terms of wetness, pretty good. Let's do a couple of passes. Yeah, not too bad whatsoever. In terms of line variation, you can press down quite hard and you'll get something, but I certainly wouldn't recommend doing this too much. And you can just get a smidge of line variation, just as you can see there. But again, it is stiff. I wouldn't really bother trying. In terms of reverse writing, that is beautiful, absolutely stunning. I have to say this is probably one of the smoothest reverse writers I've used in a while. It is just flawless, and I really do appreciate that. So that will be really useful for doing little bits of illustration. And if you've seen my work on Instagram or on YouTube, you'll know that I do love to draw. Fantastic. So just put a few dots, and then if I wanted to, I could go in on the other side, just add a little bit of shading, like so. Fantastic. Okay, so overall, the actual nib performs absolutely flawlessly. So now let's move over to doing a size comparison. Okay, as you can tell from the length, it is quite a long pen, and I'd say that the actual Diplomat just on the right hand side is still quite a long pen in itself. So you do get quite a long slender pen here from Esterbrook, and this is just the regular size, so I can't imagine what the oversized pen would be like. So from left to right we have got the Esterbrook Goldrush green, we've got a Diplomat Aero pinstripe, then we've got a Gioia Allura, Allura Grota Azzurra. I think that's how you pronounce it. Italian isn't my strong point, but it's a nice pen, and that one's coming up for review in a few weeks' time. I will try and practice my pronunciation for that pen. And then last but not least, we have got a Faber-Castell Hexo. So let's just get these uncapped quickly, and you can have a look at those uncapped in comparison. Wonderful. Okay, so all the pens, well, except for the Faber-Castell Hexo, are actually quite similar in length when uncapped. The Esterbrook is maybe about 1 millimeter longer, but in comparison to the Gioia here, they're both virtually identical in length, except for the sections on the Esterbrook are quite a bit shorter than the other two. But you can hold certainly the Esterbrook quite far back and not have any discomfort. Okay, let's go on to my final thoughts and feelings. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just to sort of summarise this pen very quickly, who's it for and who's it not for? I'm going to try and be as brief as possible on this because I've been deliberating on this pen so much in that I've actually almost used up both of my batteries in the camera. Normally I just use like one battery and I'm done, but even trying to write this pen down in words has been quite a challenge in terms of summarising what it's for. But I feel that after about my 15th take today, I have found the words. So the pen is definitely for people which love diamond cast material. They're a massive fan of Esterbrook. They've got an unlimited budget or money is no problem to them. For those it's not for, are people which have got limited budgets and are certainly after a pen which has got a little bit more trim. The writing experience, whilst it is absolutely fantastic, it can be as fantastic on a pen which costs a fraction of the price. And that is quite true to be said of the regular Esterbrook pens, which are just as lovely to write with. You know, this is a fantastic looking pen, but it is the material in which you're paying for. And I think that is something which we have to really concentrate on. It is a beautiful material, and I do understand why Esterbrook charge what they do. It's quite hard on tooling at the end of the day. When these pens are turned, quite a lot of the tooling which they use, they go through quite quickly, because essentially the lathes which they use, the part which is grinding the actual material, is worn down. It's diamonds, essentially. It's diamond dust. And even with the filings in there, that can be really hard on machining. So that's part of where the actual expense comes in, and also the fact that it is a limited edition pen. So bear that in mind. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. If there's something which you feel that I've missed out, or you're a fan of Esterbrook, again, do leave that in the comment section below. Do you think I've been fair or unfair? Please leave it in the comment section below. And that's it really for today. Do join me next week, where I will be talking about the Diplomat Aero. So until then, stay safe and goodbye for now.